I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, what's happening, all my Dragonlings? I am D.Dragon, got a gaming Damian-Dragon, and welcome to the Gaming News, where we run down the list of all of our rumored news of gaming for the week. Now, today we have things on the PlayStation 5, of course, something on the Xbox Series S, that's a thing, and also something on an ultra-rare console that has just been sold. And I'm going to be bringing you all the details. There are some nitpicky news titles that I want to get into as well, but we're going to stick to our headlines first. So, first off, our headlining act, obviously, as always, the PlayStation 5. The least known about our console wars, because I decided to do this first because the Xbox Series S, we know a lot more about than the PlayStation 5. So, we have two stories about the PlayStation 5, so I'm going to read them off here for you guys. So, first off, new PS5 rumor has some PlayStation gamers worried. This comes from comicbook.com, and this article is written by Tyler Fisher on 3/4/2020 at 7:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, I always give credit to where credit is due, ladies and gentlemen. It says, a new rumor about the PlayStation 5 has surfaced, and has some PlayStation gamers worried and how much they could be spending this holiday season. Okay, sorry. The rumor comes a wave of verified NeoGAF user, VFX Veteran, who is considered a reliable source by many on the forum. According to Incognito Leaker, both Xbox and PlayStation are releasing not one, but two consoles. More specifically, I always screenshot these things in really weird places. More specifically, the leaker alleges that both console makers will ship a cheaper console aimed at the more mainstream market and premium console aimed at the hardcore gaming market. So, there is going to be one for casual gamers, kind of like myself, that like just sit back and chill, and more hardcore competitive gamers, sort of like the esports type of players, which I should be getting in both. Anyway, the leaker claims that the Xbox Series X that Microsoft has already revealed, it is its premium console. In other words, there's a base version coming that will be less impressive and cheaper. Sony is apparently matching this with its own two-console approach. The base PS5 will reportedly be inferior to the already revealed Xbox Series X, coming in at 9 teraflops, which is notably less than the Xbox Series X's 12 teraflops, of course. The leaker claims that Xbox Series X that Microsoft already has revealed is... Oh, wait. Nope, I'm reading the right one. I screenshot these because I do this over the week. And when I screenshot them in the weirdest ways. And I don't know why I do it. The leaker claims that the Xbox Series X that Microsoft already revealed is its premium console. In other words, there's a base version coming out. Yep. However, there's also a premium version of the PS5 in the works that will match the Xbox Series X's in terms of power, including, according to the user, this is why so many rumors, reports, and leaks are reporting different PS5 specs, which that could come in at the wrong thing. That said, not many more salient details are divulged, but the leaker did say they've heard the premium versions of the consoles will be expensive. They don't currently have a number to share, but they guess both will be around $600. In other words, if you want to play the truly next-gen PS5, you'll need to fork over quite the pretty penny. Lastly, the rumor notes that there's been no word of whether or not the PS5 Pro will release alongside the PS5, but the leaker assumed Sony is planning on releasing them alongside each other. Of course, all this information should be taken with a grain of salt, given the source and given the fact that many rumors about the PS5 and Xbox Series X haven't been very accurate so far. Yeah, they really have not. But that just gives us a baseline that we all know now, that there is gonna be two versions of each of the consoles. So if you're an Xbox man, there's Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X. And Xbox Series X is going to be the premium version that was already unveiled. That's going to be that. Xbox Series X is going to be more of the casual, the casual sense. So, and obviously we know that the PlayStation 5 is also going to have 2 base models. Something I said in a couple weeks in advance. So, that's going to be a good thing. That's what we're hearing. That's what it's being said. But the more expensive versions is what I'm going to be going after as well. The PS5 Pro, I'm going to try to go after that. I'm already setting aside $500 to $600 worth so I can grab the console when it releases. And I'm going to be unveiling it on the channel. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, coming in December, January, February, I will be unveiling the PlayStation 5 Pro to you guys. So, that being said, though, this is where we're going to move on to our another one. This is a talking point. PlayStation 5 could be delayed, and we may have to accept that. This came from Sammy Barker at 10:15 a.m., and this was published on push.com, so let's just hop at it. As far as we know, the PlayStation 5 is still scheduled to release this coming holiday. Of course, we're beginning to get a distinct impression that plans may change. Sony's been relatively quiet about its next-gen plans since it showcased the system's familiar logo as CES 2020 earlier in the year. But while it still may be abiding to an internal timeline, we're beginning to wonder if the escalating coronavirus epidemic has pushed it into a position of silence. Something that me, Tui, Chaos, Jimmy, and Mega Man went over on the podcast, which was yesterday. So if you guys want to go check out some of our stuff from yesterday, the podcast was yesterday. Go look it up. Believe me, it's a lot of fun. Before we continue, we should point out that there are far bigger concerns than video games when it comes to the aforementioned disease. Yes, people are dying or at least becoming gravely ill, indeed. And we're not in any way suggesting that new consoles should take priority over the health of human beings. Not at all. That said, this is a PlayStation website, so of course we're going to focus on the impact to our passion, even if it's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, which it is. So no one's saying that what's happening with the disease is taking a backseat to the gaming wars. It is not. Health and the human health is far more greater than gaming. I'll put my passion to the backside because obviously you guys know I'm a hardcore gamer. I love my gaming, but I will put that on the wayside if it calls for it, and the coronavirus is calling for it. So yeah, no one's saying that the coronavirus is in no way a grave problem that we're taking precedent with gaming. It is not a thing. This was supposed to be a pivotal year for Sony and the industry as a whole. While there's still much we don't know about the upcoming console, the company had been surprisingly forthcoming in 2019, detailing many of the features of its new format in inclusive Wired articles. It felt like everything was moving in the right direction. The manufacturer was saying the right things about its new hardware, and developers like Insomniac Games and Guerrilla Games seemed poised to exploit the new tech. Unfortunately, we must face the very real possibility that the platform may not deploy this year at all. The issues are immediately obvious, with the Chinese manufacturers ordinarily tasked with constructing consumer electronics working at limited capacity or outright quarantine. The Japanese giant may not be able to order enough stock of its new system to effectively supply a worldwide launch. At best, they'll mean supplies are scarce, and at worst, a worldwide delay. So, yes, the outbreak in China is a problem with the PlayStation 5. And, yeah, that is a thing, and that is really bad. And, yes, we've been getting recorded cases all over on our end in America. So, yeah. But what people are not really talking about, and that obviously everyone hasn't been hip to, is that a lot of people are fully recovering from the coronavirus. So 55,000 people has already been recovered from the virus. So we're hoping that it's gonna wane in that area. I'm hoping that China gets a lot more better. We pray We don't wish any ill will on anyone. If you do, then you should not be here. You are not entitled to have a soul. Because if you wish something like this upon somebody, it's horrible, and you're a waste of life for saying such a damn thing. But my whole escalation here is this: I'm hoping that this whole virus thing is gonna blow over. I haven't been, struck with it, but there are cases around, and I don't want anyone to get gravely ill, die, or any fact of the matter. But it may effectively postpone our launch for the PlayStation 5. So, that being said, let's hope that that's not the case, and that Sony is able to produce a lot of PlayStation 5s, so that at least a lot of us can grab it. If not, then we have to understand. That's our whole thing. Okay, on to our next point. The Xbox Series S. This, I'm not sure if this is the actual console. I don't know too much about the Xbox Series S. Right now, I've seen Xbox Series X. I have not seen Xbox Series S. I just looked up Xbox Series S, and this is what came up, so this is what I'm using. So don't take this picture as gospel. And this comes from Jesus. I don't know what the website is called. I'm sorry. But this says Xbox Series S price lease at just $300. That is a really good thing. This is by Lewis White, and it was posted 8 hours from the time that I screenshotted this, which was, I believe, about 4 days ago. So, it says, despite Microsoft's unwillingness to unveil the Xbox Series X's lower powered version, the Xbox Series X, aka Lockhart, the Xbox Series S price has leaked at a remarkably low price. It says, according to Chinese website My Drivers, the Xbox Series S price is reported to be at just $300, lower than a lot of current gen Xbox One X bundles. My Drivers, an article claims that the build of Lockhart's for $300 will be without an optical drive, which much like the generation's Xbox One S All Digital Edition, while removing a high-speed 4K Blu-ray drive would certainly lower the price a smidge. It's clear that Microsoft would still be selling these consoles at a lot less. Oh my god, I hate when I do this. It's clear that Microsoft would still be selling these consoles at a loss. Okay, there we go. Xbox Series S console is rumored to have around 4 teraflops of raw GPU power, which while lower than Xbox One X's 6 teraflops, would transcend current gen hardware due to next gen Navi architecture from AMD. The system is also powered by a 4 GHz Ryzen APU and 16 GB of RAM, 12 GB of which is allocated to the graphics card, and 4 GB to the OS layer. Despite these leaks, Xbox boss Phil Spencer, I hate when the words clamor together, I hate it, remains adamant that there is only one Xbox Series console in development. The 12 teraflop Xbox Series X that's planned for the holiday 2020. While no price has been revealed, many are expecting the console to cost upwards of $400. Now, that being the case, the Xbox Series S is not fully confirmed just yet, but the article I just read before that, which were the 2 base consoles for each system, is seeming to have a lot more of a higher driving point, because a lot of people have seen that, there's always 2 consoles going alongside it. Like the PlayStation 4 has the PS4 regular, the one I have, and the PlayStation 4 Pro. And the Xbox had the Xbox One and the Xbox One S. So we're taking a wild guess at this one, I'm guessing, but Phil Spencer, the boss of Xbox, he hasn't really given any indication that this is the case, so we're just speculating at this point. So $300. If it does come out to be that point, then ladies and gentlemen, you're getting one hell of a steal. So I suggest saving your money if you're an Xbox fan. Alright, next up. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is the Nintendo PlayStation. Yes, you heard that right. The Nintendo PlayStation. And this is coming off of Gizmodo.com. It says one of the rarest video game consoles of all time just sold for $360,000. And this is at auction too. A failed partnership 28 years ago between a pair of gigantic names in gaming has resulted in one of the rarest pieces of hardware in video game history, selling at auction today for a staggering $360,000, and it doesn't even include a single game. The Nintendo PlayStation, as it's most commonly referred to as now, was originally known as the Super NES CD-ROM, and was co-developed by Sony and Nintendo to bring CD-based games, which could include longer animations, better soundtracks, and improved sound effects, including longer voice samples to the Super Nintendo through a format known as Super Disc. It was both on an add-on peripheral for the SNES and Super Famicom consoles, as well as a standalone Sony brand machine called a PlayStation that could play Nintendo cartridges or games via the Super Disc format, which is the thing in the middle right there. Whew. But the relationship between Sony and Nintendo became strained after Nintendo revealed at the 1991 Consumer Electronics Show that it was also working with Philips, a Sony competitor, the day after Sony's Nintendo PlayStation was revealed. Although the two companies tried to patch things up with deals allowing Sony to manufacture SNES-friendly hardware, the relationship eventually ended, but not before 200 to 300 prototypes has been built. Sony went on to develop the PlayStation all on its own, leading to it to become one of the Nintendo's most successful competitors in the video game industry. And the Nintendo PlayStation became a forgotten footnote in gaming history. That is until November 2015, when a working prototype of the Nintendo PlayStation was discovered in an attic, along with a controller that looked like Super Famicom's gamepad, which it is. But with Sony branding, it was originally owned by the first president of Sony Computer Entertainment, Olaf Olofsson. That is the most Scandinavian name I have ever freaking heard, and that is fucking amazing. Who took it with him when he left Sony for Adventa Corporation, a company that eventually went bankrupt, which is how the Nintendo PlayStation prototype was discovered, as part of a Chapter 11 auction in 2009 won by Terry Diebold. It ended up... Oh, sorry. It ended up... it cut off. Why am I such an asshole with this? Okay, it ended up in the hands of a CEO of Pets.com. That's where this went. If you guys want to see the full console instead of just like cut off versions, boom, there you go. That is the full Sony PlayStation console. The way it looks, you see it turns on. Everything is fit right here. Obviously, it looks like it took the SNES version for the controller. Obviously, there's the disc port. Obviously, the controller plugs in. There's headphone jack. Obviously, there's a CD-ROM in there. It's a beautifully well console, and there's only been 300 ever made. And this one was discovered in an attic of Sony's original founder, Olaf Olofsson. That is fucking incredible. That is amazing that this stood the test of time, and that this is still working condition. And it sold for $360,000. That just tells you how much people love their consoles, how much people love their systems, and this stands testament. The console looks beautiful, and it really is. So, to the owner of Pets.com, congratulations. You own a piece of gaming history. Take care of it, because if you don't, if that breaks, every gamer in the world will fucking feel it, and will come after you. Okay, that's a joke. Okay, first off, before we end off today, I have three mini things to go over. Well, 4. So first off, E3 2020 is on the knife edge right now, and it could end the gaming show for good. That is not good. This is coming from TechRadar.com, and this article was written by Henry St. Ledger about a day ago. It says, this is an opinion as well. Could E3 survive its 2020 show getting cancelled? There's a lot of concern around E3 2020 right now, as the biggest gaming event of the year is carried a torch for the continued importance of live, in-person gatherings of those in and out of the gaming industry and looking to announce, hype, and celebrate everything new and incoming in the world of video games. Yes, it is. E3 is the place that saw Sony first unveil the PS1 to the world in 1995. It's very true. Expo's first iteration, it's where Nintendo unveiled the Wii U. Sony showed off the PSP Go and PS Vita. No one needs to know about the Wii U. The Microsoft announced the Xbox Series X, known as Xbox Project Scarlet. Not to mention the hundreds of games that have been pushed into E3 spotlight over the past 25 years, with all the exposure, criticism, and wonder that entails. Indeed, it is. The particular form of the show has certainly changed over the years, with a growing focus on public attendees, fans, and influencers rather than the inclusive trade of earlier times. Online fandom is increasingly a crucial tool in the marketing and sustained interest in both new games and consoles, and E3 organizers would have been foolish not to respond to this in the digital age. Okay, let me just go over this. Seeing as fit that can it survive its 2020 show? Yes, it will. You can't just randomly shut down E3. I'm not even going to read this entire article. It's mini. I'm just going to go over personally. E3 2020 is going to be pretty good. With everyone still in close proximity, I really don't think it's a really good time to put on the show because of the whole disease outbreak. So I suggest that the creators of E3 find another time to do the show. I believe people will understand more or less than anything else, because it's not a good idea to put on a show that big and that long with a ton of creators and ton of people in the same area at the same time until the disease is more contained. So I don't think that's a good idea, but I do think that E3 will survive its show and needs to go on to be bigger, because E3 is one of the biggest gaming shows in the world every year. It needs to be put on. It's a must in gaming. So, will it survive the show? Yes, it will. Okay. Let's go into another thing. Twitch suspends gamer Carl Raymer after shooting a gun. What the fuck is your... Okay, I'm going to read the short article here. A video game streamer has been suspended from Twitch and dropped from his esports team after accidentally firing a gun while broadcasting live. What the fuck is wrong with you? Carl Raymer, a professional streamer, accidentally fired his gun while brandishing it as a joke. Raymer said he thought he had emptied the bullets from the Glock pistol. I was clearly intoxicated, but the fact of the matter is, guns are not a toy, they are not to be messed with, he said later in a filmed apology. Raymer is a popular personality on YouTube and Twitter, and had more than 100,000 followers on Twitch, the Amazon-owned live streaming platform, before being suspended. And the live footage, Raymer is seen playing Call of Duty before pausing to pretend to threaten someone with his handgun. He appeared to empty the chamber, but a bullet remained. No one was harmed in the incident, in which the bullet tore through a metal cup, ricocheted, and destroyed a computer monitor. Shortly afterwards, Raymer's channel on Twitch was suspended. His gaming team, Soar, also tweeted that it had dropped him. And this is coming from a tweet from Soar at Soar Gaming. We do not condone the actions of on live stream by Carl last night. It has been removed from the Soar Gaming roster effective immediately. In an apology video posted to YouTube, Raymer said he deserved the backlash. It's a mistake, and it's a mistake that could have cost somebody their life. He said, "I'm so broken about this." He said he had bought the gun for personal protection. He should not have been handling it for entertainment purposes. At least he knows he fucked up. That's the thing. A lot of people online nowadays have no idea when they fuck up, and that they say they don't deserve the backlash they're getting. This guy at least knows that he deserves every single bit of the backlash he got. You should not be handling a gun while intoxicated. You shouldn't be handling a gun at all, period, on broadcasting live. It is stupid. It is deterrable, and you should not be doing that. So anyone who actually does own a handgun, a firearm, at any point, please lock it away and only use it in real freaking emergencies. Don't play it around while you're playing Call of Duty. It's not a good thing. And for those of you that are thinking that it was funny, it's not funny. It would have been a horrible waste of life if that bullet hit somebody. And if it did, then it would be much more worse than, you know, getting banned from Twitch and then getting taken from your gaming, from your esports gaming team. That would have been a horrible waste of life, and I suggest that people respect it. Okay, on from a bad thing to a good thing. The PlayStation 2 anniversary invites an important piece of gaming history. This is from BBC, but I'm not going to read the article. I can tell you exactly why the PlayStation 2 was an important piece of gaming history. It was one of the first ever consoles introduced that showed off exactly what it meant to be, you know, next gen. It was an amazing departure from the PlayStation 1. High-end graphics. It shows exactly what a console could and should be. It is one of the biggest selling consoles of all time. Has been nothing that has beaten that console. I had a PlayStation 2 for so many years, to the point where I was playing it well into being 17, 18 years old. And when I got rid of it, it was only for my family because we were running low on something, and we desperately needed it. And I cried because that was my console. That was my baby. The PlayStation 2 will forever be the benchmark of what a gaming console can be. There has been nothing to outbeat a PlayStation 2 console, nor will there ever be anything to outrank a PlayStation 2 console. It stands at that pinnacle. And it will continue to stand at that pinnacle. Like, nothing compared to that console. Like, nowadays you say, okay, the PlayStation 4 against, you know, PlayStation against Xbox. But when the PlayStation 2 was around, Xbox had nothing to compare to the PlayStation 2. There was nothing to compare to the PlayStation 2 because there was nothing to actually go against the PlayStation 2. There was nothing that could ever beat its skyrocket momentum. And the funny thing is, well into about 2015, 2016, the last servers of the PlayStation 2 was shut down. And that was about 2 decades after the console was released. That was about a decade after the console. That tells you how far the console reigned. It was so popular that people kept the servers going. And going. And going. And going. For a very goddamn long time. So as the PlayStation 2, one of the most important pieces of gaming history, you're damn right it is. It will never be, it stands as a testament to gaming. If you ever want to show off what's one of the most important pieces of gaming history, you hold up the PlayStation 2. I'm sorry, Xbox fans, but I cannot hold up an original Xbox and say, this is a masterpiece. No, you hold up the PlayStation 2 and say, this is a masterpiece. The 2 is the masterpiece. It had so much to do with gaming history. It is a pillar to the console wars, and it will forever be a pinnacle to the console wars. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my piece. Ladies and gentlemen, I swear to God that the PlayStation 2 is one of the best consoles of all time, and fight me for whoever thinks that is not. First time I say, square up, lads. I don't give a damn about the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4. I don't give a fuck about the Xbox One. I don't give a fuck about the Xbox 360. I don't give a damn about any of those, because believe me, I don't care what you have to say about them. If you talk about important pieces, that's that. There is no winning. Okay, on to the last one. The gamer bed. Oh yes, there is a gamer bed. If you want to see it, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is a gamer's bed. I would love a gamer's bed. So, this is coming off of TheVerge.com. Just a few questions about the gamer's bed. That is the title of it. This is written by Megan Farokmanesh. Oh, here we go. At Megan Nicolette. I'm sorry if I messed up your name, Megan. That was not my intention, sweetheart. This was posted on March 2nd, 2020 at 2:32 p.m. It says, and this is the article, Japanese retailer Bahutte, Bahutte, sells a great deal of furniture aimed at gamers, but few can top its one-stop shop for sleeping and gaming, like Voltron, but made for people who refuse to use major muscle groups. The Bahutte Ultimate Gaming Bed combines an elevated headboard, desk snack shelves, tablet holder, and a bed to ensure you only have to get up to use the bathroom, hopefully. The full setup, which turns 8 different products into a cocoon, costs roughly 113,250 yen, or about $1,048. Snacks sold separately. I wake up and move from my bed to my desk. Its description reads, "Why is it so complicated? The gaming bed solves this problem and more." Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I guess that's true. Far be it for me to judge, but I do have a quick question. What is the mask for? True. Why doesn't the gamer bed come in a bigger size that might accommodate 2 people? No. Why doesn't it come in less aggressive colors? Because gaming is aggressive. What impact might this have on sleep hygiene? It probably would. Does the gamer onesie comes in my size? I hope it comes in my size. Is that a tube of lotion next to the bed? Possibly over here, but maybe. Why did you include this lotion? Ladies. My coworker Cam Gartenberg thinks this cream is Nivea's all-purpose moisturizing cream for all parts of your body. Is this true? Why are you asking these questions? This just looks like a fucking bomb-ass bed. Something I want. This is something I want. This is something that I need. This is what I want. Ladies and gentlemen. One of these days, I'm going to save up enough money to buy myself a gamer's bed. Oh, this is gonna be horrible. I'm not even gonna move from my bed after this. I'm just gonna sit back and just chill. But that looks cool. I thought this was something really cool to know that there is a gamer's bed. If you want one, it's $1,048. So go check it out if you guys want to see it. It is being sold. I checked it out myself. It is being sold. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for choosing the gaming news. I know this is much more. This has been a longer gaming news than we've ever done, but that's because there was so much to get through and so much to do and so much to talk about that I needed to go over. So, I give everything the credibility it deserves, and I go through it as much as physically possible to make everything seem as important as it's being presented. I don't lack on my job, and neither should gaming. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope everyone had a wonderful day. And if you guys want to see more from me, come back on Thursdays when I'm playing Marvel's Spider-Man. So come check me out on Thursdays around the same time. So come check me out. Also, if you guys want to see anything more from our wonderful cast creators, all their links will be out down in the description below. Go check out our wonderful creators because they do a ton of cool stuff. I watch them personally as well. So if you guys want to join me, then I suggest go subscribing to them and have a lot of fun with them. Also, if you guys want to see a lot more from what I'm doing on my personal channel, that's also in the link in the description below. I'm doing Disney's Magical Mirror on most weekdays besides Sunday. Also going through The Sims 3. And today's on these kind of days versus Sundays, I'm playing Deadpool and not Disney's, Cartoon Network's Fusion Fall. So come in, join in on the fun, because there's always some fun when you're hanging with the dragon. But anyway, hope everyone enjoyed today. But good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragonlings back inside the world of the gaming news. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Damian Dragon action. Peace.